Coming to you, recorded from beautiful Nova Scotia, this is the first annual WholesomeHammer Awards. We're your hosts, Nurgle Snurgle and Blushing Noise Marine. We've got an incredible lineup of awards, honorable mentions, and downright hot takes that span this very busy year in Warhammer. We'll be toasting the positivity of the community while roasting the hobby that we all love.
And I'm here for every moment of it. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Very special episode.
You look beautiful. Oh, toast.
You might not say we just got off the red carpet.
Yeah.
You know, we're ready for these awards.
The pictures were
no.
crowd's going wild. Is Brad Pitt underneath your arm? No, you've got Freddie Mercury.
Well, you know, it was great to see Henry. You know, I was very happy to see him come to the WholesomeHammer Awards. So, you know,
he's always a pleasure to have around.
Absolutely.
But no. Yes, actually, sorry. we didn't plan for this, but like, who are the special guests tonight? I do see a section for James Workshop in the front row.
Well,
front and center.
You have to have the man himself, the myth, the man, the legend, James Workshop.
I'm so glad he brought his fireplace tonight.
I don't think he leaves home without it, actually. Did you watch the new James Workshop?
I haven't yet. No, I have not.
It's weird. I'm here for it.
Okay.
It's I don't know what they think they're doing with that character anymore, but I'm here for James Workshop.
Maybe the guy that plays, he's not an actor. It is James Workshop. Maybe James Workshop is just hijacking. Yeah,
James Workshop and Santa are both real Kaylee. Okay, you can't spoil that.
So he's hijacked Warhammer, and he can just do whatever he pleases.
He is Warhammer. His name is literally James Workshop.
Exactly, it's in the name.
Right?
It's in the game, it's in the name.
So yeah, this is I guess our attempt at a bit of a retrospective on the year, but we're having a little bit of fun with it. So we've got some amazing categories coming up. We're going to be giving some of our opinions, some of our ideas. We're trying to have a little bit of fun with this, but maybe to kick us off, we have a bit of a summary of the year. So we started off January 2023.
Damn.
Arcs of Omen.
Who would have thought the year would have kicked off with such a omen?
There was some good parts of Arcs of Omen. I think there was some refinement.
Yeah.
I think there was the last kick at the can for a few ideas that didn't end up going into 10th, but they tried.
Mm-hmm.
The faction-specific secondaries, they tried to make them work for Arcs of Omen, and they just don't.
They brought in a new faction, World Eaters.
Yes.
Congratulations with the Arcs of Omen. Yep. Thank you for Angron. Thank you.
That's, you know what, all the devotees of Khorne can now rest easy knowing that they have a faction that has some models in it. So.
I can tell you for a fact they are not resting easy, but we can all hope.
Well, I don't think a Khorne worshiper ever rests, period.
That's what I'm talking
easily.
About. Not just that, but they didn't get their red butchers, so I know that's kind of upset.
Listen, that's why I said they got some models. I didn't say they got a full range of models. They were given this kind of a faction if you squint and don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, they did get a Juggernaut, so that was really nice to see.
Yes, they did. And they had the option to bring Khorne demons to round out the rest of it. So, you know.
So I'd love to see more Berserkers on Juggernauts.
You know what? Just knowing that Emperor's Children are even less popular than World Eaters, I hope World Eaters get more, because that would mean that when Emperor's Children eventually do exist, they will also get more.
But Emperor's Children will still want more.
Well, that's in the nature of the beast, but...
So, Khorne needs to, have this basis of, okay, at least that's the minimum that the Emperor's Children will receive, and then they will want more.
I'm just saying, the Thousand Sons got a pretty good release, and then Death Guard got like a full-on faction release, and now World
Mhm.
Eaters have gotten this like pittance of a release, and Emperor's Children is going to be Lucius, a few Noise Marines, and Fulgrim just being like, "Where's everyone else?"
You don't think they're gonna do them good?
I've become a salty chaos player, Kaylee. My
Yeah.
my eternal Tau optimism is dying.
Mm, yeah.
You
I
know,
remember
after
the
15
early.
years of hoping that next Tau release was just around the corner.
I hear ya. I now understand the salt. When the demons came out, I was full of hope and prosperity, and then that crushed, and then just continued to crush. So now I feel assault.
They really like
But
hammered you. You got like the Demon Codex that was rough, and then 10th the Index is rough.
especially Nurgle demons, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
When
Like
there's just
Nurgle.
like when in my head I think of like these fluffy things that they could do that could work in the game and that would just add an element of still randomness. Like I don't need the twos and twos. Like I will take random things that I have to work for this fun.
For a rant on models hitting and wounding on 2-ups, you can check out our pre-show that we recorded before this, where I think I spent 20 minutes explaining why Custodes shouldn't exist in the game.
How about just ones and twos fail?
Just, you know what? It'll be like, oh, Custodes hit on 3-ups, but they get to roll d20s.
Aw.
You're like, that's not what I want. No, that's but yeah, so we went from Arcs of Omen and just the absolute killing fields of 9th going into 10th edition.
Mm-hmm.
We started the podcast right before 10th edition. We were talking about
We
this a little bit in the
did.
pre-show about how hopeful we were.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still
then,
hopeful.
you know what?
Still happy.
10th is
Still
getting,
hopeful.
10th is still, I think, better than 9th overall.
Oh yeah, I love the chaos undivided.
Mm.
I think that plays beautifully. I love it.
I'm still a little bit bitter that I did have Emperor's Children rules in 9th and I don't have anything
Yeah.
anymore, and I want to go fast all the time, but I can't.
But
So,
once you get that new codex, we'll be at the
oh,
end of 2024 and you're going to be celebrating with your champagne and be like, this was a
so
fantastic year. Thank you,
if
10th. Thank you, 10th, for bringing out Emperor's Children. How dare I hurt you last year?
I just want Terminators that can move 12 inches every turn, and then I'll be happy.
You'll never get that.
I can hope. You know what? I had it in 9th. Used to be able to make them advance and charge. Or sorry, they moved to 11 inches.
Hmm.
You know? Just throw them across the board. I want it.
That's all you want. You don't want new models. You don't want.
No, I want it all. I'm a full Slanesh worshiper. I want everything. I also want everything to be super fast.
I'm gonna have to break your heart.
I want Noise Marines to move
Laura,
like 9 inches.
do you want the deep strike 3-inch rule too?
No, I don't need that.
Do you want the armor save too?
Fulgrim to move like 28 inches a turn, I think that'd be fine. You know, I think
What
I could
about
be. I
rules
think I could
like,
settle for that.
because they have like their sound, that
Yeah.
they affect multiple units at a time.
No, I don't need that. I just want them to move like 12 inches and
It's
still
just
be able to
about-
advance and charge. I want to just be able. You know how World Eaters just kind of like scout and just like are in your face.
First turn, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be able to do that every turn.
So then just give
I
that to. They should just give that to everybody.
No,
Everybody wants
Slanesh is
that.
fast. Slanesh is fast. That's the thing. I want my
Yeah, very true.
fast lads to move fast.
Why stop at 12 inches? Go 14.
Ooh. I want my bikes to move like super fast again.
Yeah, like 16, 18, 20, 24.
They used to be able to move 20 in 9th edition. You could advance
24.
them. Yeah, see? Now
Yeah,
you're getting
20,
it now.
24. Go 24 inches.
Exactly. See?
We're there.
Right? You're starting to understand the Slanesh mindset. I've infected you.
That should be the Slanesh war cry. We're here.
Surprise! Imagine
Let me in.
Kaylee playing a faction that moves faster than 6 inches. I don't know if
Right.
that's
Wow. Mind blown.
right. I
I'm
see
so
you
glad that my
Shellaxy and you're like, the tape measure goes this far?
It's very true. Like when I play on tabletop with the soul grinder, I even said I'm not used to measuring 36 inches. Like
Right. You're like,
36
how
is
far is that?
far. And you guys are like, you're totally in. Are you sure? I don't know.
Like, I've never
I'm used to being short inch.
you're like, I've never shot a gun before. What is this shooting phase?
Yeah, someone in the comments recently like asked like, does Snurgle even use her phlegm bombardment? And I honestly want to reply with like, probably missed it. Like that was my first time using Soul Grinder. Probably. I know I didn't, but probably.
Yeah. You're like, there's the vomit part from the Great Unclean Ones, and then you just charge. That's what
Yeah,
else
just
is
vomit,
there?
right?
It's just pure vomit. It's the vomit phase.
Guns. Pew pew. Pew pew. And then so yeah, we had the summer of 10th.
You mean the Summer of Eldar?
Yeah.
Sorry, there was also the Summer of Knights, Imperial Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah. But that
you
was
just killed
because of like a
everything.
silly interpretation of rules.
Yeah, I mean, it was also just like bad wording on James's part, we'll say.
Do you want to insult the man that's right in front of us?
Yes, I said it'd be I wrote the intro. It's a roast. It's the roast of James Workshop.
Is James
Surprise!
Workshop oh, come on up, James. Come on the stage with us.
You know, if
He's
this
sitting
gets
the
bigger,
golden
we could
throne.
like. You imagine a future where we could hire James Workshop to come
Actually
to an
have like
awards
an
show
award show?
and have James Workshop come?
Yeah. And have an
That's
audience?
future goals.
We could have
You've been dying for a live audience. This is the thing to have the live audience for.
And instead of like bands playing, do we play rounds of Warhammer?
All right, guys. 3.5 hour break. Go play some Warhams. We'll be back afterwards. It's actually a GT with just like annoying breaks between the games.
Yeah. What's our trophy?
It's a wholesome hammer.
Is it a hammer that's wholesome?
No, it's a hammer full of holes.
Okay. I'm into that. Yeah, that works.
You're into the wholesome hammer. It's not entirely holes. It's only some holes. It's a wholesome hammer.
I guess so.
It's you know, like Emmental, like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I love that.
Like,
yeah,
it's with the. It's
but I don't want to
with
eat
the
the
hammer.
trophy. Like,
Well, it's not actually cheese.
Darn. Okay, but then it just looks cheesy. So
I am not dignifying that with a response.
I feel like we need like a statue, like what replicates or what represents the most wholesome person in Warhammer.
You know what? It'll just be a Great Unclean One's sword, and on the arm will be a tattoo that says, "I'm only strength 8."
No, because that turns into a weapon. Real quick.
Yeah, a strength 8 weapon.
It'll hurt more than strength 8, I promise you.
I'm -1 to wound, baby. You can't touch me.
Should be like, maybe how about the Noctilith crown and you can't even like hold the award.
Just spikes.
Yeah.
It's actually just a ball of spikes.
And you just like, you want to say thanks and accept it, but you're like, I don't really want to though.
It's an old piece of wood with rusty nails pushed through them, so it's just like, it's a ball of tetanus. That's what you get.
Oh, we're a classy kind.
Well, you gotta get Nurgle
That's
in there
the word.
somehow. You know, you gotta have Nurgle's rot.
Oh.
Yeah, you know. Nothing says Nurgle like a ward that makes you die from disease.
Corn's happy with that.
The blood must
blood.
flow.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you'll
Slanesh is like,
suffer.
it's a punishment, and then
And
Zinx
Zinx is
is
just like, plans within plans.
play the game. You win. What do I win? You win.
No further details. So yeah, we got halfway through the year with our summary. As you can tell, this is a very serious episode. Yeah, but we had the data slate, and I feel like we've now hit a period of calm in Warhammer. We've had a few codexes. I feel like we're all somewhat optimistic that the codex aren't power creep-esque yet. So I feel like, you know what, the general tone I feel is positive. I feel like we went from like a real period of like people were tired. Ninth was like draining in a lot of ways. It was so killy. It was, you know, turns were decided within like one or two rounds, or sorry, games were decided within like one or two turns. Like we'd all gotten kind of tired of that. I feel like 10th has at least breathed some life back into Warhammer Land.
And we're not only talking about the game as well. We're talking about like models for, or the awards for models, and we're celebrating those as well, and the events.
Yeah, when I say 10th has breathed life in, like, you know, I think the Leviathan box was also had some great new models. I feel like a lot of
at a reasonable price too.
Yeah, I think a lot of Tyranid players, like, who hadn't seen a lot of love in a long time, were very excited. I think there's a lot of new Tyranid players because of Leviathan. So no, I think it was refreshing for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Not just like from the game, from like Warhammer itself feels somewhat refreshed.
And it was smart of them to do Tyranid because it's also an easy faction to paint as well. So we saw a lot of families and children painting Tyranids, and it was just an easy kit to get. Like, you can get the space, and then if you have a friend that wasn't really into Warhammer, it was just something easy for them to pick up a brush and paint.
And then, so yeah, I think it's been a good year. How do you feel like the year's been?
I feel like it's good. It was a good year. Was it a great year? I wouldn't quite say that, but I think it showed reflection of just kind of like what life has been for most people as well. Like, we spent the last couple years with the COVID, and they're now catching up. So it was kind of like, I'm glad that they didn't lambaste every single week, like stuff after stuff after stuff. It was just like, here's 10th, it's a little bit easier to ease in. Here's indexes, you can just kind of pick up a game and play, and here's some beautiful models at the same time. In this type of year of just how it was. But I'm much more hopeful for 2024 and like how the explosion of Warhammer is going to be then, because we're going to be getting closer into Old World, and hopefully, possibly, there's going to be more talks about
Space Marine 2 is coming out, so it'll be a huge video game coming out.
Exactly, the video games, and hopefully more talks about the Amazon shows, or any like hints about that. I know it's been about a year since Henry has said that he was going to do the show, but it does take time. So,
no, I really agree with that.
How do you feel about the year of Warhammer of 2023?
I feel like 2023 has been a year of reconnection. I came back in 2022 to Warhammer, like very much in the like, you know, first events post-COVID, post-lockdowns.
Right.
So it was very much kind of people feeling out, okay, what do events look like? How does this work? And I feel like 2023 has really been kind of like the community getting used to existing again.
Exactly.
And kind of everyone kind of, you know, the folks that have came on over COVID combined with the folks that had been around before. And I feel like the connecting, the reconnecting, the coming back together. And I think that's really, 2024 is going to be even better because of that.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
So, to get our first award for Best Edition of the Year goes to 10th edition post Balanced Data Slate. No one saw
Congratulations,
that
10th.
coming.
Thank you, 10th, for entering this year. If it wasn't for you, we'd still be in 9th. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's very specifically post Data Slate because I think 10th had a rough start. But I think where we're at now with 10th, it's definitely better than 9th. So it has earned Best Edition of the Year, which goes along well with our second award, which is Worst Edition of the Year.
Goes to 9th. Womp womp.
Wah, wah.
Sorry, 9th. You tried during COVID. You just couldn't shake the virus off, and we had to exterminatus you this year.
Yes, you are gone. You probably won't be missed for a very long time.
Not forgotten.
No, I think I saw some scars from 9th. I had a dust up one time in a back alley, and I got stabbed, I think.
Strength 8 sword.
I think it was an Eldar shank, actually. But which brings us to the faction that has been broken for the most editions in a row award. The surprise of no one. It's Eldar.
Oh, no. Wow.
I'm sure there was some Votan that were like really hoping 10th was going to be, they were going to get to be broken for 2 editions, and then just got absolutely snuffed out for 10th. But no, Eldar
to be fully broken in 9th.
No, they got pre-nerfed. James really had to eat his words on that one. But no, Eldar, you've had some strong metas, and you just keep having them. So good job to all those Eldar players out there.
Yeah. You guys are rocking it.
You're really burning the midnight oil on the bribing whoever writes the rules. So good job.
We still love you.
Absolutely. I think this is definitely a Snurgle related award for the the Nurgle Award.
Okay, so the Nurgle Award for the stinkiest rule, the one that went pew you. Where did this come from? The 2-inch engagement range in Ruins or 9th edition Votan. I would say the 2-inch engagement range.
It was close.
Came out of nowhere. You win the award. Stinky pewee. Never come back.
What? Just them just throwing that out there and just be like, oh, maybe this will fix something. I don't know.
That's something I don't know what it was.
Nobody understood it. Nobody understood where it was coming from. It was so difficult and clunky. Just get out of here. Didn't even last that long.
No. And there were ways that you could benefit from it, but even doing that just felt really gross.
It felt weird no matter how you used it.
Yes. What was so you need the 2-inch engagement. So you would charge this unit within these ruins, then they would pull out of the 2-inch engagement, and then you can't pile in because you're no longer in engagement.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a very weird, stinky rule. And you've won the Nurgle Award. Congratulations.
The Nurgle Award.
What the Nurgle?
Yeah. Now, this is a bit of a story of redemption, I think. 10th had some rough starts for people. A lot of factions really struggled. So we have quite the tie actually for the Comeback Kid Award.
You suffered and then you came back, kid. You get a thumbs up.
Absolutely. You slogged through, you got cut down at the knees, you didn't get your due, you were just all around mistreated, and we have a 5-way tie on this one.
I think it's the first year it's ever tied this many.
It's
This is the first year ever.
it is the first year we've had this many times. We have Votan, Death Guard, Sisters of Battle, Tau, and Admech. Just we're sorry for how 10th started for you. You got wronged, but I think you're in a better spot now, so that's where the comeback kid comes from. So
we're proud.
Enjoy your moment in kind of the sun, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to get sunburned.
You know, well, yeah. I mean, Admech especially, they're always wearing robes. I mean, they've got very sensitive skin.
Next up, we have the Most Shocking Reveal Award. I don't think it's any shock to Blushing Noise Marine.
I'm not blushing right now. I'm roiling about this one.
You're boiling or broiling?
I'm roiling. Filled with rage.
And the award for Most Shocking Reveal goes to Horus Heresy Only Fulgrim.
My boy, my lad.
Why
have I been forsaken?
You revealed such a beautiful model, and everybody scrolled down to the bottom of that page and read the asterisks. Not for 40K.
Why did he have to be so perfect and beautiful and also be Horus Heresy only? You know what that is? That's heresy.
And I can see James Workshop has a big grin on his face, knowing that he did well in it. He's so proud of himself. Like, he just made you want something that you didn't know you wanted so badly.
You know what's the second most shocking part of that? The price tag for that Fulgrim model. Someday, but not today.
We'll present a mini award to that as well. The price tag.
That's an honorable mention is the price tag for Horus Heresy Only Fulgrim.
You shocked us all with that reveal. We won't forget.
Now, this one might be surprising based on the previous category, but our best new sculpt of the year.
There was a lot to choose from because there are some beautiful sculpts that James Workshop has gifted us.
Personally crafted in his artisanal plastic shop.
Did you not know that? He has to approve of every single detail.
He creates them all. He molds them all from his divine hands.
Oh, he is Santa.
You can't say it out loud, Kaylee.
Oops.
Okay, you and I actually did. We had quite a bit of discussion on this because there's been. I will say this has been a great year for new sculpts, for new models. Absolutely gorgeous, and I think we're saying revealed, not necessarily out, just what's been revealed so far. So we'll give that condition, but this was a tough one, and I'm building this up a bit because it was really, we went back. As you look through, like, there are some gorgeous models, absolutely gorgeous, but it's got to go to, believe it or not, the Bretonnian. What is it? Damsel on Unicorn. I that took my breath away. I'm not gonna lie.
Very much so. And how it was painted in the paint scheme as well, just flawless. It had a daintiness to it I haven't seen in Warhammer, and that comes from the sculpt and the paint job that they revealed as well.
We talked about it when it was revealed. Games Workshop has generally done a pretty poor job with like women's faces, and that I think marks a shift because it looks both feminine but also has strength to it. Like, it's not like, I don't know, a lot of women's faces in Games Workshop sculpts often either look very masculine
Yes.
or they look like over like sexualized or
Yeah.
very like dainty and small, whereas like that was both a strong character that still had femininity, and I think that honestly that was the part that blew my mind the most.
It was, yeah, it had the strength, but also softness to it.
Yes.
Whereas, like, yeah, Sisters of Battle, you look at their faces and it's very hard and edgy. Whereas this
Yeah.
just had that flow to it.
Yeah, and some of the Necromunda sculpts are a little better, but
Mm-hmm.
not on this level.
Mm-hmm.
So no,
And it's not just the lady, like even the softness of the horse itself.
yes, it looks like a horse.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever watched a horse race and you watch them and you see the muscles rippling
Mm-hmm.
across their body, like damn, they got it. They captured a horse in movement.
And that, I think them revealing that model was the best play for the advertisement of Old World, because that just
Mm.
showed a shift of what they're gonna probably present. They're gonna have a lot to present when it comes to February and in the release.
I was already interested in Old World, but that made me excited for Old World.
Could Chaos Divided get into Old World in 2024?
I probably will, if I'm being completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably be like a side project. It might take me a little bit to get everything painted and
Right.
built, but I could see. I had a small fantasy army back in the
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it anymore, but I did have it.
So stay
So
tuned for Chaos
could happen.
Divided 2024.
It's really
Now,
up to you.
now, I would say this is your favorite award.
It's definitely my favorite named award.
Would you like to present it?
All right. This is a big award. It's the James Workshop Corporate Profitability Award for largest model range, and of course, it's got to go to Space Marines for the 36th year in a row.
Yeah.
You know, the awards didn't even happen, but they've been winning it for 36 years. It's really it's a testament to the profitability that they bring to the Games Workshop lineup.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations. I'm sure your 40-year pin will be there in 4 years.
I think actually we're getting a notice right now. There's been another kit announced for Space Marine.
Oh my goodness. Another gun? Another interceptortion Space Marines?
I think they're actually called excruciators.
Oh, the ones that scout?
They actually scout and they have lone operative and they can infiltrate simultaneously. It's pretty impressive.
And we're revealing that here at the WholesomeHammer Awards.
There we go.
You've heard it here first, folks.
It's true. It's actually they're the first Space Marines that have licensed Nerf guns, not just knockoffs. So you know, it's nice to see.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Keep it up. We'll see you next week for more Space Marines.
Right. Now, this one hurts my heart a little bit. I'll be honest, because I wanted more for this character. I wanted this character to get their due. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great story. I think there's so much more they could do with it. But take it away, Kaylee.
The Arcs of Omen Award for the most underwhelming Chaos God goes to Vashtor, the Archifane. We are very, very unfortunate to tell you that you won this award, and we only present this award because we have hope for you in the future, Vashtor.
get a name for your hammer.
Mm-hmm.
First off, that would help.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta and take that hammer that you've now named
Mm-hmm.
and go crack it upside the head of whoever wrote your rules,
Yeah.
because you're
Strike
supposed to
that deal
be
up with Abaddon because he's gonna help you make you a god. Now it may take a couple crusades to get there, but
Abaddon loves failing at a crusade.
yeah,
Let's
but he secretly wins
credit where
at the
credit's
same
due.
time. Uh,
That's a recent invention. That's some recent details. Back in my day, Abaddon just failed at every crusade like a good Abaddon.
yeah.
But no, Vastor. I think we all had hope, and honestly, some of the lore and the stories that have come out for Vastor are very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I really hope there hasn't been anything since.
Yeah.
Let's keep the breadcrumbs crumbing.
Yeah, when they announced Vashtor and they had that voice for Vashtor, it's like, yes, finally something so demonic that just sounds so perfect in this world, and it's just flop.
Well, and the hopes for dark
Oh yeah.
Mechanicus, or even Iron Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot that could be going on there, and yeah, just unfortunately, as of this year, we gotta say
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Store.
Now we feel kind of in a slump, but let's get into a little perkier award. Blushing Noise Marine, take it away.
Now, the Macrog Award for Most Popular Primarch, as voted on by the 500 Worlds of Ultramar.
Was it
You'd
unanimous?
think it wasn't unanimous. It was very tight, actually. It was
Okay.
very tight. Very surprising outcome, though. You would think that the expected answer would be Rabute Gulliman, but we're very excited to say it was actually the Lion. The Lion is the most popular Primarch.
The real Papa just entered chat.
Yeah.
Or
The
dad.
Lion's he's kind of a zaddy, if we're being honest.
He's a dad.
He's got some energy. The kids would say he has the Riz.
Oh, is that okay? I was flipping through some stories or some reels. Riz is a thing for the younger generation. I feel so old right now.
Short for charisma.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry. Our demographics are in their 30s, right?
For the most part, yeah, but there's definitely some Zoomers that are cringing at us right now.
Oh. They're just finding out. Wow. The Riz for charisma.
Yeah.
They're cringing.
I mean, yeah. No one will see your cringing face right now. Except me. I feel like the Lion is really the Pedro Pascal of the 41st millennium.
Yes.
He won over everyone's heart.
He could eat a sandwich and everybody would eat it up.
Oh yeah. He just flips that shield around. He starts whipping out a BLT, and everyone's just
crunch. Yeah.
Eats with his mouth open, and you're just I don't care.
Yeah.
Show me them teeth.
Sorry,
Gulliman.
Yeah.
Not even popular in your own planet.
We'll get him next year. Now we have the Angriest Model Award. And it may not be someone who you think it is. It goes to Corn Berserkers.
Ooh.
With an honorable
we can see Angron actually has stormed out of the awards.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that big red blob was? Oh.
Oh, yeah. That not very angry looking blob.
With an honorable mention of the Lion.
Okay, if we're talking pure facial expression, the Lion's got to be The lion has that like rage, that like deep-seated like hatred. Like he's on a mission. He's like looking you like he looks across you in the room and you shudder. You're just like, oh, I don't even want to talk to that guy.
But it's more like I feel so bad because he looks so disappointed in me.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah, where it just eats at your core, at your spine, at your like every being of your nerves.
That's
Yeah.
what it's that's why I said it's like a cold anger. It's not like a hot like with rage. He's just like he's like disgusted by you.
Mm-hmm.
That is truly the angriest. But honestly, corn berserkers, especially those new ones, they're pretty angry.
Mm-hmm.
They're lively. They're like raring to go.
Same with the 8-bound.
It was tough. We did talk about like the 8-bound. I think you know what the struggle with Angron is? It's too performative. He's trying to look angry.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Like he's clearly mad.
You don't have to act it, bro.
Right? Like we believe you.
Yeah, you have the Riz.
Right.
Did I use it right?
I have no idea. I'm also old. I'm getting older by the moment.
Okay, as Angron is cooling off in the bathroom, we're getting some snacks. We'll get into the next category, which I'm sure he doesn't really care about. But that is the
But he should.
The what?
He should care about this.
Yeah,
This is like the best category.
Yeah. So gather around for the cutest model award. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh, was it a Nurgling? Was it another Nurgling? Or just a Nurgling? I know the confusion's out there, but we had to make the really hard decision in this.
Actually, officially, as of last week, we have Snurglings because you have now referred to them as Snurglings.
I did listen back and I did hear myself say Snurglings.
Thank you.
Okay. But we have awarded this really prestige award to the entire Imperialis line for their teeny tiny models. You are cute. You're adorable. Don't you change. Don't you do it.
Don't you grow up on me. You stay just the way you are. You're perfect just as you came. No, honestly, I had zero interest in Imperialis until actually seeing the models, and now they're very adorable.
Yeah, we had the luxury of seeing them at Play on Tabletop, just on the table, and seeing them in person was just pictures don't do it justice. Like pictures make them look bigger than they are in real life.
Like the little tiny Land Raiders and the little itty bitty rhinos.
And people are putting some details into them, like and like I think the washes are made for these teeny tiny models.
Yeah,
love it.
No,
thank you for being so cute and adorable.
You really brought some just absolutely tiny joy to the Grimdark future, I think. So
I can't deny it. Like that's what got me into Warhammer was the teeny tiny Nurgling. So you keep it teeny tiny and you'll have people.
And I don't know if I could play a game because I'd just be like, order. I just like keep picking them up and be like,
meanwhile your opponent's like, I want to shoot you.
You're like, oh, what are your orders? But like, I don't know. They're just so cute. Look at how tiny he is. Use a Land Raider as your travel case and just be like, the little Land Raider comes out of the big Land Raider.
I feel like they would be a lot more fun to do dioramas with.
Ooh, yeah.
Because you can put so much detail into it.
It's true, yeah. No, they're 100% like, I can see just buying a few of them, just have some fun with them. Because they look so much fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got really excited about that one.
Okay, so would you like to present our next award?
Oh, of course. Now, this was a hard one to name. I only came up with a name for this one this afternoon, and it's the Inquisition Will See You Now award for most heresy. And if you've been wondering through all of these model awards, where's Commander Farsight? Well, he's in the most heresy award for his cherry blossoms, because they are just heretically adorable as well. No, it's that whole model is gorgeous. But really, the cherry blossoms, they're too much. That whole base is just, it's too much. It's clearly heresy. And here on Chaos Divided, we are 100% here for heresy. So.
Yeah. The Inquisition may not agree, but that's why this is their award.
This is, they have let us know what is the most heretical, and we love it all the more. So.
And we're very proud of these cherry blossoms. Please, more cherry blossoms with the Tau Codex.
Right? Give me some little flowers and bits with some fire warriors. I don't know. It's just gorgeous. It added so much.
Imagine that's gonna be like their new thing.
I think they've been really pushing to add more like basing details on, because I think so many people just do the sand or the grass. And it's kind of like if they put it in the box, then people will actually do it. Especially on like the big characters, but like, I don't know. I have Abaddon. Abaddon's basing rock thing that he stands on sucks. Like, it's stupid. It's just a rock with like a Space Marine body in it. But like the cherry blossoms, I feel like really elevated Farsight. They convey something about his character. It's tasteful. Now, we're getting near the end of this list. And we have some surprises, because I don't know the answer to this next one, because it's the Snurgle Award.
It's my award that I'll be presenting. And I obviously had to go down the obvious route and wanted to present this award to what makes Warhammer, what makes us do this, what makes the WholesomeHammer Awards happen. And I am giving my award to the community. That I absolutely love this community. This community is amazing, and it deserves the highest award. And I wouldn't give this to anyone else but them, but you.
To everyone.
To everyone. No, it's a real thing. Like, each year, I know that you've been in Warhammer a lot longer, and I've had the privilege of seeing it grow the last 4 or 5 years since I've been in it, and just seeing it continuously grow and the community feed into that. Like I said, we wouldn't be here without them, without us collectively sharing this cool hobby together.
Oh, that's very nice.
And then you have a blushing award.
So we actually didn't talk to each other about what our awards were going to be, because mine is also going to be part of the community. But I wanted to give a special shout out. Since we started the podcast, I've been more active like in Warhammer social media and broadly within the community. And I wanted to give... There's 2 shout outs I want to do, actually, but they're both for different parts of the community. But one thing that I've actually been absolutely ecstatic to see is how many like trans people in the trans like Warhammer community, and how big and vibrant that is. And I don't know if it gets a lot of like love and excitement. So I wanted to take the Blushing Award and give it really to, the folks that are in the community and just absolutely creating beautiful things, playing games, getting into the lore, just absolutely loving everything that's Warhammer. And really, it's been really inspiring for me to kind of connect and see that, and not, in a lot of ways, it makes me feel a lot less alone. So yeah, I wanted to highlight that particular part of the community, because I think it's really cool to see, and it's something I wasn't expecting to get out of when we started the podcast. So that's been something very exciting. And the other part, I want to give an honorable mention as well. Since we started this, I've talked to a lot more people about like sharing their hobby, and there's a couple folks locally, and I want to give them a bit of a shout out, that are in the local community that have recently started channels and sharing their hobby and their game, and that just also fills me with so much excitement, and seeing so many new people out there. And I do want to give a shout out specifically to Demittens, who's also a patron and a longtime follower of the show. He recently started a YouTube channel, and I hope you'll check it out, because it fills me with joy to see someone getting that excited about sharing the thing that they love with other people. So no, my answer is also the community. I'm more specific than you are. But I think it's, yeah, I think getting to see more and experiencing more of the community has been the best part of starting Chaos Divided.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Yeah, I just want to take a second to, because it really is. This is all about, those of you listening, and the people that we've gotten to interact with, and the guests we've had on the show. Like, everyone we've talked to and interacted with because of this podcast has just made Warhammer brighter and bigger and more exciting for me. And yeah, it's truly wonderful.
Yeah, and I'll extend that as well. Like, thank you to Tyler Fields for coming on the podcast, for being our first guest. Thank you to Mike as well from Watch It Painted. Thank you to Tanya, the War Mistress, for coming on multiple times. Thank you to Jarrett, the Team Blood God lore god himself, for being available and sharing his insight. Thank you to Lawrence for sharing such a fantastic, unique corner of the hobby, and any of our future guests in the future, and Dr. Rhino.
And also, yeah, thank you, Dr. Rhino.
Yes, for sharing just your love with us.
It's really, all of the excitement for war, like, realistically, like, Warhammer it's a niche thing, so getting to share it with other people, just, it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I have been around Warhammer longer, but the Warhammer community now is so much bigger, so much more exciting, and like is only getting more so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's come out of the basement in a lot of ways. It's not this like super niche thing that like no one knows what you're talking about. You can't even explain it to someone else. Like, it's only getting bigger, and it fills me with joy.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Jarrett's dad today, and he was even piping up and saying that people are now sharing that they know of Warhammer, and it's extending even beyond the community and people that we know. Like, the fact that Jarrett's dad, who lives outside of the city and isn't online and is talking to older people, is also knowing what Warhammer is. That's how far this community is reaching.
That's pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we only have 2 more awards left.
Yes.
And the next one is actually probably one of my favorite stories from the year.
And it's a pretty big award. It's the Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's true. You know what? And what an accomplishment you can make in such a short amount of time is truly inspiring to us all. And I hope we can all someday taste a fraction of what it would feel like to just be so known and so discussed. And
thank you so much for gifting us this story and these smiles from this event. It's really truly touched us.
So I think we'll reveal what it is. It's the dice that got left in that toilet And really, the achievement is in the not getting flushed part.
And someone else finding them.
Yes.
Congratulations.
That
Those
is...
dice.
Mwah.
Yeah.
They're the heroes we didn't want, but they're the heroes we needed.
Yeah. Thank you. We hope it's a 1 in a million story. Let's keep it at that.
Yeah, I don't want it to become more common. But you know what, you really shined a light on but you know what, to take it a little more seriously, I feel like that story kind of got the discussion of cheating in the hobby and in the game started.
Yeah.
And I feel like it opened up that conversation in a way that I think we do need to have as a community. There are elements of the community that feel comfortable doing things like that, and it ruins it for everyone, because as the person who's cheating, you are also cheating yourself.
Yeah.
You are also ruining the experience for yourself. So
this Lifetime Achievement Award goes to the dice, so that we remember that you may get caught. And probably will. And then talked about for eternity.
and yes. Like that Tau player.
But
so
yes, as we close off this ceremony,
it's time for a sad moment.
Yeah.
Get your tissues ready, folks.
Yes, we have a in memoriam of a dear line of models that we lost this year. And we just want to have a moment of peace for the entire Forge World Chaos line.
Rest in power.
We miss you already.
Thank you for your service. Now, that brings us to the end of the list. After that very somber moment. I'm sure there's still... You know what? Iron Warriors players, we see you.
Mm-hmm.
We understand. We know.
Yeah.
We know what they did to you.
That's it. That's the show. Should we really end on a bad note like that? Like, that's actually too...
Well, you gotta end on the in memoriam. You gotta keep it somber.
No, I think that goes in the middle of the show.
Well, I'm not editing it into the middle, so it's gonna be at the end, and everyone's gonna have to deal with that.
It's alright.
We're gonna end it sad.
I don't watch a lot of like award shows anymore.
I also don't. This is all based off like my barely remembered being a kid seeing these things like on TV in the house. Like,
so I'm so glad that we didn't take this to an actual TV audience. So this is just practice. Thank you for...
Yeah, you know, as we get bigger, we'll eventually have the in-studio audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any final thoughts on the year that was 2023 in Warhammer?
Thank you for all your gifts and blessings, and I look forward to seeing you in the future in 2024.
I will say, you know what? This is going to come out over the holidays. I hope you get everything you want and desire and feel a little bit of that fall to Slaanesh that is the holiday season.
Are you trying to meet a quota for Slaanesh?
I got
the end of the year. I need to get at least 66 more.
I don't want to get put... I don't want to get put forward on a performance plan with Slaanesh. Nobody wants to be there.
I'm join if you want to, and if you can find time, just do it. You'll find hope. You'll find gifts.
But yeah, you know what? We've had some fun with this. We had some fun thinking about it, and truly, I want to thank everyone who's been joining us on this journey, and really, like, you know, I write it in the episode description every week, but it really does mean a lot to know that people are listening, and when we get the feedback. Do we want to take a few minutes? It's been a few episodes since we've actually gone through the questions and answers that we've been getting from people.
It's perfect.
So let me let me bring those up here. So we'll go. I think it's been here. It's been since Bits Unknown, so we're going back a little bit. So the question I asked for on Bits Unknown was, if you could go anywhere in the world for Warhammer, where would it be? And what should we rename him? Ulfgar the Amazing?
The Great?
Ulfgar the Awesome?
The
Ulfgar
True?
the Great. Ulfgar the True. Yes, I love that. He said the UK, the Mecca of Warhammer, where it all began, which I thought was beautiful.
Would you want to go to
the
homeland?
Absolutely. You're talking about Adepticon. I want to go to England.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go to Chicago in like March?
I know.
We asked folks if they'd be interested in a Chaos Divided book club with Blood God, and 100% of people said yes. So I think that's pretty significant.
100% do it.
I did ask if there was a first book top. We've got Gaz, Prophet of the Wall, please. So,
is that a real book?
I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest.
Or is that a book that we create ourselves?
I don't know. Maybe
we write a short story. Maybe we just write a short story and we read it.
I mean, maybe there's a book about Gazgul would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
For Scale the Pinnacles of Glory, making Warhammer a beautiful game, we had I asked, how do you bring beauty to your games of Warhammer? Jared Scott Kernkovich said, playing with friends and family, making it a time of bonding.
Oh,
which is also very nice.
Beautiful.
And this is the most respondents we've ever had for a poll. I asked, do you think Warhammer can be a beautiful game? And again, 100% of people said yes, but it was a resounding 100%. We'll say that. So, and part of what we were talking about was how beautiful Snurgle's game on Play On was. So it's nice to see other people agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Dr. Rhino, we had, what would you like to add to him about? And we got from Goobler, it's a question for anyone. I like to see improvement on every model, and trying something new can lead to a step backwards, it feels like. What do y'all do to help practice and try new stuff when painting?
Not trying to do all new techniques in a model. Try one. And I've heard of this from many people, and I've tried to do it. Like, anytime you paint a model, try something a little bit different. Try a new technique. Try a new approach. But it doesn't have to be completely all done in a new approach.
Yeah, I'm probably not the best person to ask. I just do whatever feels right at the time. So I don't really look up techniques or ask other people for support. I just try different things. So all of my models are different experiments and new ways.
Also, you could obviously I like to post online, but it could be some advice as well for people to maybe make a reel, maybe make a scene with your model, maybe like set up a table with some smoke and film a little scene with your models. You may appreciate the details that you didn't see before, and make a little music video, make something fun with your models, and that can sometimes just add more creative imagination going forward, because maybe you see something and you want to expand on that.
Actually, one thing, to actually give a more helpful answer, with the Rampager I've been working on, it's the first model I've ever painted in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So not, and I have learned more from painting that way and experimenting with like when to put things together and how to like try and see the full model while it's not put together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I will say it has changed the way that I paint, because I'm both looking at like the micro and the macro simultaneously, which I've appreciated. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if that might be also helpful as far as like try a technique on a small piece of the model that maybe isn't as like, even though it might not necessarily be as seen in the end, you can then see how
Mm-hmm.
much you like it, and then you know, you can kind of rough put a model together sometimes and just like see, okay, would I like to see more or less of this?
Mm-hmm.
So that can be a way of kind of like testing it out in the micro to see if it fits in the macro.
Yeah. And having abilities to reach crevices that you wouldn't be able to normally with
Yeah.
when it's built together.
You know, and if you're trying like, you know, a technique for a piece of armor, and when it's disassembled, there's a piece on like a back of a leg that you wouldn't see because it'll be covered by a cape, like that's a great place to practice it,
Mm-hmm.
to see if you even like it, and then you can like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't end up liking it, you don't really have to get rid of it because it'll be covered.
So, yeah, you can try different techniques, try painting disassembled, and just try different mediums of capturing your work in progress.
Hmm. And I asked, would you take a swing at the Titan?
It
And everyone also said yes.
was 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Apparently, I'm the only one who questioned taking a swing at the
but it didn't
Titan.
take
So.
very long to persuade you otherwise.
Okay, because of course, like, I don't know, intellectually, I'm like, no, I don't want to take a swing at the. But yes, it would probably feel satisfying to smash it to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I
But
was
the
just like, I don't
artist
know.
and the creator is asking you to do it.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, okay, well, that's fine.
Now, if it
I
was
just
like,
like,
yeah, if it was like taking someone's random warlord Titan and then like, let's go bash it in the back of the woods, yeah, that's dirty.
yeah, you imagine just like throwing a great unclean one up in the air and just like clocking it into the into a like the ocean.
Don't tempt
No,
me.
would you want to do that?
Okay, yes. Only because like I've done that kind of office space activity. I was in high school and it was the last year of grade or like grade 12, and they took all like the old computers. This is with a teacher, and we threw it off the roof of the school, and that was hella fun. Have
Fair.
you and have you never smashed like a thing with a baseball bat?
No,
There's a thing called rage rooms. You should check. You should check them out. I haven't done them yet, but I can only imagine.
I ran out of anger like 6 years ago. I struggle with anger now. I don't actually get like angry like I used to. It's weird. I don't know if I have enough oomph in me to actually like break stuff. Anyways,
Have fun. Have
that's
fun. It's
so
like
wasteful.
no, but it's like the same type of energy that you have when you're like working out or you're like I'll relate it in like VR. Like there's a certain type of adrenaline you get when you have like this rage come through. It's not essentially rage, but it's like it's it's not anger. It's passion.
Starting to sound a little corny there, Snurgle.
Oh yeah, I've experienced my inner bloodthirster.
Oh, now it's all coming out. You're tempted by Slanesh. There's a little bloodthirster inside you.
And I love my games. So thank you, Zinch.
Mmm.
I love chaos. Like I know I'm a snurgle, but I love
You know what I'm
all
currently
elements.
picturing?
Mm.
Is a great unclean one, but then on the inside, like if you look inside the like belly mouth, is a little
Yes.
bloodletter like puppeteering the great unclean one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
That's
like make it like a Russian doll where it's like there's a great and clean one, and then there's like yeah, bloodletter, but then inside that is like a Zinch screamer or pink horror, and then in that is a demonette.
maybe that could also be fun. I just like the idea of the puppeteering bloodletter.
But why? Like, what would it be his purpose?
Because it's like the Great Unclean One needs something to like it's still a Great Unclean One. Like it's not like a suit or anything. It's like actually just a Great Unclean One.
Yeah.
And then it's like the bloodletter is like helping him be angry. It's like instead of Ratatouille with like pulling on the hair, it's like the bloodletter's like pulling on the like intestines
the gelatinous
and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, to just like, it's like the Great Unclean was just like I'm not feeling the rage lately, and the bloodletter's like I'll help you out, and like climbs into his belly, and just like
tickles him from the inside.
Yeah, big sense. And then the Great Unclean was like, oh, now I'm mad.
I can't reach the itch.
There we go.
I like that you were.
No, it's not like an empty Great Unclean One. It's like an actual Great Unclean One.
Yeah,
Just like, how do you deal with your hobby self-doubt? Is that what I put on, I guess, what will be last week's episode? And Ulfgar again has reminding myself that my goal is to be 1% better today than yesterday, and not to compare myself to others, but to myself.
Amazing. It's so true. Yeah. Because when you compare yourself to people, what you see online currently, you're not seeing the full struggle. You're not seeing from the start. You're not seeing where they came from. You're just competing with what they're currently at their best. And if you just concentrate on yourself and give yourself that idea that as long as tomorrow's better, or I used to kind of think of it where I gave myself the ease of knowing that tomorrow's going to be a great day because today was that much better today. So it's just that slow progress. I was just saying it to the other day that everything works better when it's like a domino effect. You have to hit the first bone in order to knock down the dominoes. You're not going to smash the entire dominoes all at once to knock them down. So the first one leads to your next one.
Yeah. No, I think painting to your best, not a quote-unquote the best, will get you far further and much closer to where you want to be than just like comparing yourself to like, the person who's been painting miniatures for 35 years and like it takes time to get to that level. And
at the same time, like for some people it doesn't take 35 years to get to that level. It's all really about devotion and dedication and tapping into your imagination and allowing it to flow and listening to it and responding to it.
Absolutely. All right. Any more notes before we wrap this up?
Any more questions?
No, that's it. That we were finally caught up. I've been meaning to do that. I've been feeling bad about it.
Thank you guys so much for responding to our questions.
I know. Every time I see one come in, I get excited. And on that note, I want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to Chaos Divided, both where you're listening from and on Instagram and YouTube at Chaos Divided. And you can find us on social media at Nurgle_Snurgle and at Blushing Noise Marine. And we hope you check out our Patreon. Special shout out to our Divided Champion, Moobin. If you'd like to support us and maybe you're a fan of what we're doing, then you can find the link in the episode description. And until next time, bye-bye.
Ciao for now.